This meeting is being recorded.
Well, that's exciting. Oh, awesome. All right, Isabel, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so I guess even with my writing readings, I'm gonna just shuffle the deck a bit and ask the deck. Just help me use what I know about you, what I know about your writing, and not what I feel about you or I feel about your writing. If I have a legit opinion as a writing buddy, I'll let you know. But other than that, I'm gonna let the cards do the talking. I'm gonna pull this up a little bit. It's still looking a little grainy. It could be just the second camera of mine. All right, so what's going on?
Yes, I am getting towards the sort of like climax of the book, and I'm at a scene where basically they've sort of figured out who they think the killer is, and they're basically going to lay out all their evidence for like to the police of like, I'm not the killer, this is who the killer is, and here's all the reasons why. But like, I just cannot get excited about the scene, and I don't know if that's just like if there's like something missing or an angle into the scene that I haven't thought of, or if it's just like the wrong next step for the book.
Okay, got it. I'm gonna make notes for myself too to see what this process is like. This is my first formal writer reading. So my first question, and also for anybody whoever watches this, it's not recent anymore. Like a year ago, I was finally diagnosed ADHD. So writing stuff down really helps, even in the moment. Still professional. Right. So the first thing I'm going to ask the deck, this is gorgeous deck, Seasons of the Witch, Beltane Oracle. And I picked that for Isabel after she told me that her book is sort of set in the spring-ish time, right? Mm-hmm. Marchy, April, is that what you said? Okay. Yeah, so that felt appropriate. It was just a kind of a no-brainer. And it's a witchy book. This is a witchy deck. Here we go. Hey, so deck, this one's already popping out to me and I'm getting chills pulling it. I just wanted to ask, what's blocking Isabel on this scene? And this might be literal. This might be something emotional going on for you. Let's find out. It's the title card. That's crazy. All right. Look at that. This is Maiden, card number 22. And the flavor text here, the little mantra prayer for it. My camera is really great at focusing. Oh my God. All right. Demand what is yours and take back what was taken. Reclaim until you've gathered all of you. That's just the sort of incantation to sort of activate the card and let us figure out what's happening. So according to the deck, Isabel, this maiden, this card stands for reclaiming something. Friend to friend, you've had a lot going on.
Yeah. You
may just need to clear your head. That could be like a 4-minute meditation, but I want to read here and see what else this is. But that's what I know personally about you. And I admit that. All right. So this says, let's take back the power of the maiden. In many ancient cultures, maidens were considered to be divine manifestations on earth. I'm already bored. Let's skip forward. Maiden brings you an invitation to stand at the gates of your increasing power. You're guided to reclaim your inner warrior. The first thing that I got from that is it's not big enough. You're not excited about it because it's not exciting. You're allowed to go a little darker here, dig a little deeper. You're the god of this world. Obliterate them.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't going to say that. What's coming through? Like, make it worse.
Yeah.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Like, it's not big enough compared to the rest of the story. This is just sort of like a flatline dip of your story. Yeah. That's what's blocking you because you know that. And if I know, full disclosure, I know you. So it's like, you're disappointed in yourself. Fuck it, get over it. Make it worse. Tap into, like, let your character's worst nightmare tell you what happens there in that moment. It's even if it's supposed to be like a placid, revealing scene, make it worse.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but it has to get worse. Like, bigger, darker, scarier, like twistier, I suppose is the way to say it. So that's what's blocking you, is that it's not enough.
Yeah.
But now I want to find out from the deck how, or do you already have any inklings on how to fix that?
Yeah. So the first thing that came to mind, and something I was sort of like playing with this morning was whether she was going to like reveal to this detective, who is her mom's ex, if she was going to reveal. Oh,
There it is.
yeah.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So while Isabel's typing, that's what writing buddies are for, sounding boards. Tarot helps me articulate my sounding board support for Isabel. That's just my personal choice. I do this for myself. I'm going to start offering this for others. However, can you share your aha moment just now or no?
Yeah, I will in just 1 second. I want to like get it done before I lose it.
Okay, everybody shut up. I'll pull 3 cards because it feels like a three for right now. Okay. I just had an inkling of what this card stands for. That's this one. This one popped out to me. Okay. Oh, that one's warm. Cool.
Okay, yeah. So my sort of aha was, my initial plan going into this was to, oh, should I wait?
Actually, wait.
Okay.
Because 3 is a fun number, so I pulled 3 cards.
Okay.
So out of just out of my own intuitive curiosity, I want to see if this one matches up, because this is what your revelation was just now. That's what my gut told me these 3 cards are standing for. Here's how to fix it beyond what you already know about it. And here's what you should avoid, some pitfalls. And I feel like this is kind of more like your personal habits stuff. But I've never done this spread before. What is it? A revelation of your story, how to fix it, what to avoid. And I would have switched these around. I hesitated, but my brain was like, no, fix and then avoid this stuff. So I just, keeping in mind what you're about to say, I want to find out. Orgasm. What's the orgasm card? It can be literal, not all the time, but the revelation, that's interesting. It has to do with the character's mom's ex-boyfriend or
Ex-girlfriend,
stepfather. Yep. Okay. This is card 29. Yeah, this deck is all about like self-care and kicking ass. It's about the a release. Your revelation, did it have something to do with like a release? I'm just testing to see how the cards did. This card did just now. But I also feel like
it's about like revealing a hidden secret.
Okay. Oh, cool. So that kind of works. Neat. All right. I'm continuing to trust my intuition. That was a check-in for me personally. That was like a special one. An emotional release doesn't have to be dramatic. There's many ways you can free yourself from the storm brewing within. Giving yourself to creative expression is a healthy way to channel darker emotions. Darker emotions just got bolded for me. I feel like the detective is holding back something like real anger inducing. But anyway, what was your revelation?
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to explain this in a way that's not spoilery.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, but yeah, so my initial plan was that like she was just gonna like, which I can see as I'm explaining it, I'm like, well, obviously I didn't want to write this. I was just gonna like, she was gonna lay out all the information, and the detective was gonna be like, all right, I'll go look into it, I guess. It's sort of like there was like no real conflict.
Okay.
And so what my revelation was that, oh, like we need to have like, the main character doesn't want to reveal this like personal secret, and the mom is going to reveal it, and that's actually going to end up, because the detective has so many like, it's going to be a little bit overzealous because has some like shitty feelings about the breakup that was like decades ago, is going to actually arrest the mom for the secret.
Oh, damn.
The mom did something like semi-illegal to like keep it a secret for so long.
Got it. And he's just conflict of interest, kind of
Yeah.
overstepping.
Yeah.
Douche. Nice. Oh, that's really good. And that was the revelation for how to fix that flat scene that you didn't want to work on.
Yeah, to have that emotional like oh, like it's actually gonna like I think it's gonna be like this easy thing, but it's and I'm gonna be like an oh shit kind of a moment. It's gonna go
Damn.
poorly.
Okay. The fix suggested here again, the lovers. Love lulls all sorrow and bewitches the flesh, mind, and breath, reminding me that I'm unafraid of the unfurling winds of my eternity. Okay, that's just the activation code, if you will. But let me see what this says for the fixing, which you already seem to be on track for. How else to fix it? It's kind of like the next layer on top of it. That was my elbow. That felt fine. Hi, Finn. I know what you need. Do you have your ball? Good boy. My assistant Finnegan wants you to know that he has his ball.
Oh, so good. Good boy.
This card stands for according to the deck, vulnerability. So making one of them, all of them, a little more vulnerable, exposed, hit a nerve. Oh, hit a nerve. That's kind of where I was going with that. It feels in tandem with like make it worse. But like pull out their tooth and then play with the nerve. Just keep making it worse, making it darker, because I feel like you're knowing your characters are already a little more powerful than they realize, obviously, but
yeah,
maybe even more than you realize. I don't.
Yeah.
But then what to avoid? A love spell. This is very lovey. Avoid a love spell. Let the honey of your soul swell in the depths of love. So this is not literal for the book. It automatically felt like this was more for you personally as a writer. Intention. Avoid your intention. Like, yeah, you had a plan, you had an outline for the tying up.
Yeah.
This isn't about you anymore, Isabel. This is about your characters. It's cute that you thought you knew how it would end. Kind of a thing. So just don't avoid your original outline plan. Just remember, it's okay if the story takes on a life of its own. I think you've taught me that in our own writing buddies conversations. So just this is the deck giving you permission to let your main characters dictate how it ends, because it's going to be a little bit better than you could have ever imagined. Like than you could have. You can't make this stuff up. It's like my characters did. So that's what that one looks like for me. Interesting. Are you worried about how this book is going to do? It's a dumb question. Every author is, I guess, but is there any?
Yeah, I mean, part of it is it's been so long trying to get this book written, and I have like a new editor, and I don't know like how invested the publisher is gonna be, and like kind of like all of that is like for sure.
Yeah. What's that?
For sure, like all that sort of like swirling.
Okay, that's what this card's also kind of pointing at, because the last section of the paragraph in the book here says, if your question is about success, this card urges you to seek clarity about what success means to you. That sounds familiar, Isabel. That's what you say to me in my coaching sessions.
Yeah.
Whatever your question is at the time, pulling this card is an invitation to gain a better understanding of yourself and your intentions. Lady, practice what you preach. If you were telling me, like coaching me through being worried that the PH student handbook isn't going to make it, like, well, I know you, the first thing I know you would say was, what does make it mean?
Right. Yep.
Make it for me on first glance, it's like be an international bestseller. Sorry, honestly, that sounds exhausting. Like all I want is to make my agent laugh right now. That's my only goal, because she's my gatekeeper.
Right.
So have that conversation with yourself, just to kind of recenter back on what makes you happy, what sparks that joy. If it doesn't make you happy, if it bores you, it's going to bore your readers.
Yeah.
And this is just a gentle reminder. It's so easy for you to coach that into me. So this is the deck coaching you back. So
yeah. Like also yeah, sort of also thinking about that last card too has got me thinking about, and which I think this is part of what's so fun about using tarot with writing, is that like it just kind of gives you a place to start, like sort of like it gives you like a place to like bounce the ideas, because like as we're sort of talking about this, thinking about like, okay, the mom's gonna get arrested, like it's gonna get worse,
Mhm.
and looking at the like the love spell one, like seeing that, like I could see myself wanting to use this as a moment for our love interest who's a ghost to like have a sweet moment, but I feel like it would be even more interesting if she like tries to comfort the main character, but then like it actually again like it sort of like it twists expectations, and like it's actually like not comforting because she's part of the reason why the mom even got arrested in the first place.
Absolutely.
So it's sort of like,
Hell yes.
yeah.
And so just circling back what you
Oh my
said.
God. And oh yeah, and then that yep, that's what needs to happen. Yeah, because then that leads us to the next part where she goes, the main character is gonna like agree to go on a date with a different, like a living person instead of the ghost. Yep.
Everyone, that was an aha moment. And Isabel, you can ignore me, but what she was just talking about with that just sounding board, what did you say, what did you call it, Isabel? Something to poke at,
Like a bounce off point.
something to bounce off. I call that the dartboard. All you need is a dartboard, just something to start aiming at. And that's like early drafting stages stuff, which is where the magic happens. If you ask me, for Isabel, it's in the revision process, which I'm really jealous of. And I'm working on starting to love it, but
So yeah, now this is all like, this is part of what I like. Yes, this is like technically a first draft, but this is also a lot of the work that I do in revision of like, is like, for these moments for me happen a lot in revision of like where I'm like trying to figure out like how do I get these pieces to work together, and then it's like I have one moment of clarity and then like 3 or 4 other things kind of click into place, and I can see how
yeah.
that one change makes everything like fall together.
Mhm.
And that's why I like revision, because I get a lot more of that, I think, in that part of the process typically.
That's
uh,
awesome.
but it's fun to see it happening in the first draft stage too.
That's so cool. Is this where you are, the first draft?
Yeah, it's the first draft, but it's like the third or fourth first draft for this book.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's where I am with This Is How Scary Movies Start. Yeah.
Yeah, but this
That's
is the
crazy.
closest I've gotten to the end, because I'm down to like, I think I'm at like the last like 10 scenes maybe, so we're coming up
Okay.
on Act 3. So
Okay. Um, so I want to point out to the viewers here, the tarot cards didn't fix Isabel's story.
mm,
What they did was held up a dartboard, just gave her something to bounce off of. Sometimes it's just me and Isabel, like shooting the shit, talking, like bouncing ideas off each other. And once in a while, like she'll say something like, well, what if Gert does X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, oh God, no. That's not unhelpful. My reaction to her saying no, there's a reason I had that gut reaction. And the next step here is to like find out, okay, why did I have that gut reaction? Oh, because she's secretly in love with the girl in her work group instead of the guy that everybody thinks she should hook up with, or something like that, right?
mhm.
It's just a way to using oracle cards or tarot cards for someone else is just a way to help me help them, Isabel, unclog, or just sounding board, sonar, dartboard, whatever. See, I can't talk without the cards. What am I trying to say? Self-worship, Isabel. It's all about
It's literally like,
self-worship.
is that literally like a mirror she was looking into
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, you're
Yeah.
holding up a mirror for the writer to like look at what
Oh my
like they
God.
already know inside, they just don't know that they know.
I did that as a joke and you were totally right. Holy
Yep.
crap. I love this deck. I don't even know where that card went. I've never seen it
So
before.
funny.
Oh my God. Yep, that card doesn't exist. That was magic.
That's so fun.
Wow.
You know
This
what
was
we should
cool.
do? We should actually just upload this to your YouTube as like promotion for the webinar we're gonna do. Where we're gonna teach
Sold.
everybody, hello folks, we're gonna teach you how to do this for yourself.
Yep.
So super
Heyo.
fun. Very cool.
And how can my viewers find you?
Yeah, just isabelsterling.com. I'm sure Erica will put the link below.
Now
And
I will. Now I have to.
give you the books that I've written, and then I also coach writers as well.
Yes, you do, including this one. Okay, there it is. Found it. Nailed it. Oh God, that really was the perfect poll.
Yeah.
Trying to describe what I was trying to describe.
So I
This
know that
is
happened.
so cool. Love it. I love this deck. And if anyone's interested, that's Seasons of the Witch Beltane Oracle, published by Rockpool. Love you, Rockpool.
And then by the time you put this up on your YouTube, we'll have a date set. Sometime in August, we're going to do a live webinar where folks can learn the techniques, how to use this stuff for their own writing. And yeah, it's going to be really cool. But we
Absolutely.
were excited to do this as we were like brainstorming the thing. And
Yeah,
I think it's like a little like teaser of what we're going to talk about.
Absolutely. And there's also going to be downloadables by the time you're watching this at dorkwitch.xyz. If you don't want to listen to us hags talking. But you already did, so joke's on you.
Yep. Alrighty.
I feel like doing this right now. Get the wiggles out. I got the zoomies now. This jazzed me up, Isabel.
Yeah, so fun.
I'll go put this on my channel now.
So fun. I'm gonna stop the recording.